Welterweight Championship showdown between the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman and Khabib Nurmagomedov. All right, so here he is representing the American Kickboxing Academy, San Jose, California, a man who I believe is the most dominant force in the game at present, UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov.
You know, for Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's the guy that has dominated every person that he's faced inside the octagon. He has a great sambo background, but it's all the takedowns that he mixes well together that allows him to gain top position, and when he's on top, his ground control is second to none. He can move from position to position seamlessly, and when he's on top, he's constantly doing damage. It's the ground and pound of Khabib Nurmagomedov that is his biggest and best attribute.
And what's crazy to me is to hear you tell stories about him in training that we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what he can do in the octagon.
J.A., I don't believe that we have seen the finished version. I think when he's in the octagon, he's fighting at about 75% of what I see on a daily basis at the gym.
Well, history is going to look back fondly on Khabib Nurmagomedov, but every time he competes, he puts his status as one of the greatest fighters of all time on the line, and that status, of course, on the line yet again here tonight. All right, so here he is, one of the better ground and pound guys we have in the sport here at present. There's just an efficiency and an accuracy to the way he approaches the ground strikes. No wasted motion out of this guy.
Oh, it's an art form, John. It's the way that he goes at his opponents, and the moment they hit the mat, he secures them.
Oh, it's on.
He doesn't rush. He takes his time. He knows that it does not take much in order to finish a fight. So he'll find his posture. He doesn't waste time with his head in the chest just punching. He finds posture. Once he finds posture, he can get momentum to land the big strikes. Then he moves position. And then he goes and he finds another strike. Before long, you see his opponent's face swelling. You see the eyes all split open and beat. It's truly, truly amazing to watch him and watch his approach to ground and pound.
And great cardio allows him to stay heavy. We've seen a lot of fighters just struggle to buck him off. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a grappler, holding a professional record of 29 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of the Republic of Dagestan, Russia, presenting the challenger, Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 17 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman.
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your command. You ready?
Here we go with round one, and DC, I know you have said to anyone within earshot, if you like grappling, this is the matchup for you.
This is the matchup for you. You may as well be in a gymnasium somewhere watching a jiu-jitsu or a combat sambo competition, because these guys are trying to both get the fight to the floor, and they're trying to get bragging rights, because no one has the accomplishments of these two in the grappling realm. So if one of them can secure a submission, it only will add to their legacy inside of the grappling world.
And of course, if there's someone who likes the striking game, maybe you'll like our next one.
Yes.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. He jumps on a headlock. We call this in wrestling just a headlock. And if you're not careful, you can get stuck in an arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes to the finish. Watch his chest go to the mat. He goes flat, all weight to his opponent.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Usman. This ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
The problem is his opponent is not controlling his posture. He's allowing his opponent to get up, and when he does, he creates distance and space to land these beautiful ground and pound combinations.
Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Usman. Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
Now looking to do something with that left arm.
He's isolating the it's in there deep. There you go. Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Brilliant submission defense there. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control?
Well, side control to me,
the hip toss as he takes him down. Now we'll see what he can do.
Right into side control.
Our bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage off.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one.
You're starting to take a lot of damage to that eye. I need you to circle away from that side. You have to be careful now. Be cautious.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did. And they both found success over the course of that round.
Round two now. Kamaru Usman and Khabib Nurmagomedov. And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He landed that punch over and over again. What's he gonna do to follow up?
Oh, he told you off the top. He had the reach advantage, and you saw it right there with that punch. Takedown defense holds up. All right, some really grueling.
Wow, actually got the takedown.
Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kamaru is not the arm, it's the shoulder pressure
And
that
he's out.
usually makes you tap.
Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. All right, has the guard closed here. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here, just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Usman's got the full mount. Lands with the ground and pound. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Man, this is some serious ground and pound here, DC. He's not just staying busy for the sake of staying busy. These strikes are doing damage.
Oh, yeah, no pity pat to this guy. This guy's trying to land, and he's trying to land effective strikes.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape, or maybe look for a Kamaru here.
45 seconds remain in the round. Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. All right, side control now. Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Bob. 15 seconds to go. Well, you know, I don't like the gi very much, but I have an appreciation and a healthy one for these type of transitions.
You can tell he's been in the gi at some point in his life with the way that he moves so freely.
I'm skipping jiu-jitsu next week, too. All right, let's look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about just the efficiency when it comes to the ground and pound game?
He was able to throw at the right time, secure at the right time. He wasted no action. For me, this is the most exciting type of fight. A guy that is just dominating his opponent, really, truly putting the grind on his opponent from the top position.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Oh, shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on, he is not discriminating, working the body, and those shots are going to count.
Good right hand right there.
Single collar tie here, and an immediate transition to the judo throw right into side control.
He's inside control. He's got a ton of options.
Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Usman. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long.
You can either chase ground and pound, or you can go to submission. Right now, it looks like he's trying to get to an arm triangle. He needs to push the left arm across and secure it with his head. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
And he's out. Close guard. All right, less than 3 minutes to go now in round number 3. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which...
Now the guy's got arm bar. He's attacking it on it. Gotta be careful, arm bar.
Nicely done. All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time. He landed it perfectly. Perfect placement, perfect position. What a huge blow and a big moment in this fight.
So the numbers thus far, unofficial they may be, but 84 total strikes have landed for Kamaru Usman. And landing at an 82% clip here, that has been a huge part of the story in this one against Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so that's the end of the round. A lot of highlights from which to choose, but his success in that round certainly rooted in his offensive takedown.
And that's what he does, right? He's a grinder. He's the type of guy that wants to get a hold of you, drag you to the floor. It doesn't bother him that much if you get back to your feet. He just wants to continue to make you work the entire time because he understands this type of grind most guys can't keep up with.
That's all right. That's what we've trained for. That was his...
Are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
Usman gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. Well, you start to really worry about the wrestling, and there's that left hand from Khabib.
Underrated. I mean, it's a very underrated part of his game, his ability to stand and strike with anybody in the UFC.
All right, so a near-perfect entry there, and finally he gets his first takedown of the fight, and they say if at first you don't succeed, try again, was able to get him down.
Persistence pays, and that's what we saw with this young man. Oh,
Nurmagomedov's got his arm under the chin, going for a guillotine now.
now he's okay. Now he can escape.
Back to the feet now.
Oh, that was a big takedown. Is this the one that's gonna break him?
Oh, tags him with that money left again. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, close guard now. Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Nurmagomedov has got full mount now. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Nurmagomedov's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's... Now he's able to isolate that left arm.
Look for him to step over the top of the head to lift his opponent. Oh, now he's in trouble. Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Somehow stays in the fight. All right, full guard here, DC. We'll see how soon he tries to pass.
Well, he needs to be passing immediately. In the full guard is where you are in most danger as a top fighter because they have all of their submissions.
Right.
They have the guillotine, they have the armbar, they have the kimuras, they have all their locks when they're in the full guard. So if you pass, you really do limit the danger that you're in from the top position.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here, and if you're the opponent, you got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop.
You got to defend, but you can see him now starting to gain posture, and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish.
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
You ready? You ready?
So here it is, folks, 5th and final round.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Lands a big elbow there.
That one was supposed to end the fight.
Yep. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Usman. Trying to establish that jab. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, working inside the closed guard now. Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now the ground and pound starts.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Good, solid strike on the ground. Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's wanted to...
Now potentially working on a submission instead.
Attacking on bar. You got to recognize that when a guy starts to put his feet on your hips, you got to move him off, and you got to cover. You can't be off to an angle.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. All right, single collar tie now. Nice punch by Nurmagomedov. Oh, late defense on the takedown and scrambles to his feet. Nicely done. Again, they clinch. DC didn't take him long to find his range here tonight, huh?
His timing is on point.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Battle for position here. Single collar tie now. Oh, really making good use of his reach advantage as he lands the straight punch there. He's landed a high number of total strikes here in the latter stages of this fight. He's really picked up the pace and landing far more strikes than he did in previous rounds.
Ooh, big shot lands.
Muay Thai plump. Oh, big elbow. Oh! The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 48-45, 47-46, and 47-46. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, and